inwards, inward Briflips, front Briflips, whatever you call them, same trick basically. First tip I'll give you is, it's not exactly a tip, it's sort of an easier way in the long run. So you can learn it whatever way you like. It's just, in the long run, like, it's going to help you out when doing combos and that stuff in it. And basically that's flicking it with your heels. Sort of, if you ride goofy, you want to be putting it over your left shoulder, but it's not exactly against the law to be putting it over your right. Sort of thing, you know? So you don't want to be flicking with your toes like I do. You sort of want to do it with your heels. Because when it comes to doing them in air, you'll be doing a backside air, you won't be doing front side or opposite or any of that shit. And it'll be just, it's just so much easier in the long run. Like, it's not against the law, but I recommend it. Tippus numbers tuus. That's where you take off on the ramp. As you come up the ramp, it's advised to sort of preempt it. So you're going to be going forwards. You want to sort of lean forwards as you come up the ramp. So about 3/4 up the ramp, you're going to be leaning forwards and then flicking it, instead of just treating it like a regular fly-out trick where you go up in the air and then try to go. So you want to sort of lean forward as you come around. Alright, tip number 3, this is probably the thing I see kids do wrong 80% of the time, and that's with their arms. Kids doing turning and then throwing. And they're really just confused as to why they can't do it. The best thing you want to be doing is keeping your arms straight as long as you possibly can. Straight. Straight. You want to be throwing it like your bar's directly straight to about there. And then it comes right round. So all this turn and then throw ball, grab, just stop, or I'm probably going to punch you in the face. Or inward you in the face. Just stop it. Arms straight as long as you possibly can. Another tip, which is quite important, is you've got to remember inwards aren't just one part of your body doing something, it's your whole body doing something at the same time. And that's after the flick, after you get your arms across and you unravel them. At this point, you sort of, that's the most important part of the trick, it's just throwing it down to your feet, far in the background. Right, so just throwing the whole trick down to your feet. So up here, you're going to be in the air, body's going to be hopefully leaning forward if you've done everything correctly, and it's just throwing that last bit to your feet. It's all about that last bit, just your whole body just getting in, landing, rolling away, one hand steez, nipple shot. Another thing we've been looking at is what you learn the trick on. It's worked for me, but it might not work for you, but there's no harm in giving it a go. Instead of getting the trick out of a quarter pipe, try it on a flat bank, just like quite a steep flat bank. Obviously not curb or something that goes off the curb, but you know, a relatively good flat bank which you can get a decent amount of air on. That's what I recommend to like learning with it. It helped me, and I can do it out of a quarter pipe for quite a long time. So give it a go, it might work for you. Right, last thing, as I'm walking back to the X to perform some radical inward scooter stunts. Don't forget to like, favourite, subscribe the video. Comment on what you want to learn next. You know, I'm more than happy to give you tips on really anything, as long as you're not silly and do something like, someone said 720 bar twist to bar, so don't be silly with it. Yeah, that's all you really need to know. See you next week. Goodbye.